clinch.
Man, y'all know what time it is. T-Law got the eyes of Lee Van Cleef when he go in that field.
Checks it down underneath. That's a crossing route to Christian Kirk. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Christian Kirk to the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
They made a major mistake when they made T-Law go to the spirit of the sky, to the oracle of the saber-toothed tiger, and the saber-toothed tiger now has the scepter in his hand, and he been to put every critic to rest. Man, last night I done marinated 2 turkeys. I got my cherry wood getting ready for my smoker. Just got off from work, off picture roll. I'm gonna bake me 2 Cornish hens. My special recipe, I call it a Mediterranean Cornish hen. I'm gonna top it off with my homemade Long Island iced tea. And I'm only gonna top it off with 1 red top of Coca-Cola. The Maxwell House coffee will live on forever. Duval!
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thursday has become Wednesday. John Ogier will join us on the program today. This is Jaguars Today. No Jaguar football this Sunday as you get to be the prime time weekend capper against the Kansas City Chiefs, Tony. Yeah. The very not mistake-prone Kansas City Chiefs, as I was talking about with Dan and Jeff a few moments ago. 1 turnover in 4 games.
Yeah.
Strength versus strength. Chiefs protect the ball, convert third downs. Jags create havoc on defense and mess games up. So,
like, it's funny. Every time they get the matchup against Kansas City, you can go look at the matchup here recently, right, between these two, which is when Mahomes has been there. And you can go look at some of the numbers Mahomes has put up. And with the hot streak the Jags are on with turnovers, I was like, oh, look, I wonder how many, 3 interception games Mahomes has even had in his career. The answer to that is 3. Mm-hmm. He's had 3 interception games in his career. The Chiefs are 2-1 in the games where he has 3 interceptions. Ha! It's wild. The kind of, you start looking into the numbers of Mahomes and they make sense. It's not like you're going to find the numbers this is the one. This is where you kill him. It's
Achilles heel.
Right. It doesn't really exist. You got to find it within a game that you can take advantage of something within a game. It's not, this is what we can do because this is how people beat Mahomes. That doesn't really happen. You figure it out week to week.
You look at the 1 turnover they did have. It was a touchdown right in the hands of Travis Kelce. He kind of bobbled the ball. It's not like somebody took it away. I mean, obviously you get a takeaway, but you know what I mean. Nobody stepped in front, read the route, made the play, bobbled it, popped it up in the air. Look, you got to have some of those, right? The Jags have caused many of those. We had the Brian Thomas one where he popped it up in the air a little bit and allowed Cincinnati to get the interception. We benefited one from this week, Christian McCaffrey.
No doubt.
Right, which you don't expect. And you look at that pass, if Brock Purdy hits him at the right moment in stride, he might split the defense and go the distance.
Right. The things that it feels like the Jags are doing on defense right now is taking advantage of every opportunity.
Yes.
Right. And they'll have to be able to do that against the Chiefs, right? To just take advantage of opportunities when they're presented to them. And the thing that they've been doing on offense really well this season has to work really well against the Chiefs on Monday. They got to be able to run the ball when they want to run the ball, right, against the Chiefs. And it does feel like those are big factors in this game. Can they continue to be the ball hawks on defense, and can they continue to run the ball as effectively as they've been able to run it so far this season? I think those are huge keys for going into Monday Night Football.
I'm told ticket sales have been pretty brisk this week, but you know what? Do not leave any stone unturned. No. 633-2000. Pick up that phone and call right now and find out what kind of deal you can get to get in for Monday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. Jags in the throwback Prowler uniforms. Mm-hmm. Once again, have you seen the Buffalo Cold Front uniforms from the rivalry series that they're going to wear? It's hard to say because I saw a shot of the Arizona Cardinals uniform, right, when the rivalry uniforms first got announced, and I was like, wow, that looks pretty cool. Then you saw them on TV last Thursday, and it looked like somebody had run through a puddle next to them and splashed them with a bunch of brown little specks. I thought the Miami Dolphins uniforms looked ridiculous this week. They look semi-pro.
You can't even tell who they are.
They didn't even look like XFL. They looked like, a knockoff arena kind of style something. Yeah, right. Who are you?
Doesn't look like the Dolphins.
It looked like cheaply made, too, the way the numerals kind of bunched up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't lay very flat. Anyway, I'm looking at the Buffalo cold front uniforms, and hard to tell, Tone. Take a look at these right here, okay?
Yeah.
If we get the Josh Allen version, that looks tight, right?
Yep.
We get the fat offensive lineman version, maybe not so much. I don't know, So
the white's not a slimming color.
I'm going to have to see these in practice, but they look, again, they look sharp on my computer screen. I don't know how they're going to translate. The Jags teal throwbacks look phenomenal everywhere you look at them. So let's have a sea of teal on Monday night, right? Wear your freaking teal to Everbank Stadium. Guess who's going to visit us next Monday? You might be aware. You might be able to figure out.
Stoff coming in here?
Stoff's coming. Not coming here.
To the new studio.
Not coming here. He may come here. He can take a nap. He can have all the room to himself. Stoff is coming in. He's flying in. He's in between, like he's starting a new job, I think. I think so he has a few weeks of downtime. So he's like, the hell with this. I am jumping on a plane, going across the pond, and joining my brethren and sisterin and going to take in some Jaguar football at the bank. I don't know if Mina's coming. I hope the lovely Mina is coming as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
But Stoff hit me up yesterday. He's like, hey, can I visit? I'm like, man, of course you can visit. Now, I say, look, I don't think it's going to be quite the same set. I don't think we've got a big bleacher in our studio at the new place. It's a different kind of environment. I do have a cubby, though, Tone, which is kind of nice. Don't know if I'll ever use it. I mean, I guess I have to sit somewhere, but
yeah,
I don't see myself like storing a whole lot of stuff in the desk.
I'm sharing a desk with Tommy Mack, I believe.
Like what was the movie about? It was Heat, right? De Niro's like, you got to be able to leave everything behind in 2 minutes, right? Like, I don't want a whole bunch of clutter in my desk right here. I got to be able to pick up and move if I happen to hit the Powerball. I want to be nimble and shifty at that point in time. Let's say hello to young Denmark.
How we doing?
Hello, young Denmark.
It's a weird Thursday. Like, I don't have a game tomorrow for high school. We got a bye week. The game's on Monday. Like, I should feel a lot of juice, but I have no juice right now.
Did you schedule that bye because you knew Bowles was bringing the Thunder?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Is that right?
No, I have no idea. No, we scheduled this. It's a 2-year contract, so the same schedule you had last year, you have the same schedule this year. So that's what we had last year.
Yeah, and no D-Rock today. It's just a different schedule, right? But we will look forward to John Oehser joining us an hour from now, less than an hour from now. Let's see, Liam Cohen's going to speak coming up in about 10 minutes. So we'll try to turn around some of those comments, and I'm sure it's on to Kansas City for him today. We'll see if the media plays along with that or if there's any follow-up to the fallout of what happened. Here's the fallout of what happened. Y'all got wrecked playing the Jags defense. No Brock Purdy tonight. No Jawan Jennings tonight. No Ricky Pearsall tonight.
Yeah.
Okay? They all played Sunday. Huh?
Yeah.
Not playing tonight, are they? No. A little sore, are you? Now, look, one of them, legit. Dewey lit those ribs up for Jawan Jennings. Now, I can't speak to Pearsall and Purdy. I think those are just, kind of wear
They were
and
both
tear.
dealing with something going into the Jaguars game. It got exacerbated. It's a short week, so they can't play.
But I like to think it was the Jags' physical prowess that has got them hurting tonight, and the Rams are going to show up and knock them around like a cheap suit.
Well, they could have given all those guys another couple days off so they could be ready for Thursday night against a division rival.
They could have.
Right.
Right. You thought that was a possibility.
Right. Like, that certainly had to have been a thought at some point, but they didn't do it that way.
I wonder if Mac Jones is really ready to go on Sunday if they would have done that, right? But, look, here's the thing in the NFL. The bottom line is if you're good enough to play, you're going to play. They don't hold you back very often.
They're not thinking we got a Thursday
But
game,
if ever there was a time to do it, it's when you're 3-0 and you got a team traveling across country to come to your place. And the result would have been the same. You got that big fat L. All right, so today our question of the day concerns Brian Thomas Jr. No, Mina said Stopp's listening. Sorry, tell Mina we said hello. Stop, but we'll be happy to see you. Brian Thomas Jr. on pace for 697 receiving yards. Hard to fathom,
It
right?
is.
After the first month of the season. So are asking you kind of where do you think he's going to fall? Is he going to continue to struggle and come in less than 700? Is he going to be in that 700 to 900 range, maybe 900 to 1,100, or more than 1,100 with a big rally and get back somewhere where he was last year? You can vote on that one on social media. You can hit us up today, 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Same number for the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosure, 641-1010. Stream us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or find us out there on X at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
I can't believe that. I'm upset for you.
That's just, I mean, Cristiano,
I
I got to
didn't
check the
even
flight
think-
schedule from Brazil. Cristiano,
didn't
are
even
you
think
ready?
about it.
You ready, Cristiano? Let's go. He's ready. I mean, he told me yesterday he is ready to go. And all he wants, Tony, is like a couch to sleep on and probably a few snacks, and he'll be
can't
good.
believe we didn't just hear Chisholm.
Wow, that is what
He's
it is.
rounding third. They'll throw to the plate, not in time.
I'm gonna go unplug that mic
He's safe.
right now.
4-3.
Shut it.
Yankees.
Shut it. All right, you're
See you
listening to
game 3.
you're listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Injuries on the playing field can affect a team's place in the standings.
It's part of the game, though, you know? Rehab.
Listen for the Farah and Farah injury update.
Jacksonville.
The official personal injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars on 1010XL.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations. And through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest. So everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Jaguars Today Thursday, brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
The Friday Night Lights are shining even brighter as 1010XL has partnered with Channel 4 to bring you Friday Night Lights, a live streaming show at 7 o'clock every Friday, presented by Farah and Farah on the social media channels of 1010XL and Channel 4.
Jags fans, this one's for you. If you've got MyGate rewards, you're already in the game. But now you've got a shot at the ultimate prize, meeting QB1 himself, Trevor Lawrence, at Everbank Stadium with 3 friends by your side. With the MyGate Rewards Gatorade Club, every 5 Gatorade items you purchase equals 1 entry toward your chance to win. Stack them up and score big. See store for details. Gear up for the season. Gates got you.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
The Alhambra Theater and Dining brings you an evening of wonderful food and live theater and fun. October 9th through November 16th, come enjoy the award-winning musical from Charles Dickens' final unfinished novel, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, an interactive show where the audience gets to choose the ending. The Mystery of Edwin Drood promises to be an entertaining night for you, family, and friends. Get tickets at alhambrajacks.com. alhambrajacks.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, Jaguars Today. John Oehser about 40 minutes away from joining us. You can join the conversation at 641-1010. Cristiano informs me on DM he is ready to go. Just wants a couch, some burgers, and some Jaguar tickets. We'll get you a credential, Cristiano.
No cheering in the press box.
There is no cheering in the press box. That's right. So maybe he'd prefer tickets, but that's fine. We can get him season tickets. I would assume whatever we're paying this guy, Tone, is more than the cost of season tickets.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But we'll bump it up for Cristiano. So nice to know at least one person in Brazil knows Jaguars Today exists.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you, Cristiano, down there. All right. So let's see. Brian Thomas is a big, kind of right now, that 900 to 1,100 range is getting the majority of the love here for where Brian Thomas is going to end up. I do believe, Tony, that it's got to pick up. Now, again, barring injury, you can't predict that, but
Right.
it's a factor. I mean, so
the question's assuming he plays all 17.
Well, it's just letting you assume whatever you want, right? And I have no particular reason to believe that Brian Thomas is more likely to miss some games than any other guy who's playing on the outside.
My answer to the question is not factoring in him getting hurt.
Me either.
Yeah.
Me either. It's factoring in how many weeks are the Jags going to rest starters heading into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how much we're on the way to that after Monday.
Like, here's the thing. The Jags' protection has been the best in the league to this point. How concerning is it to you that the passing game has not done more with those opportunities?
A little concerning, but I do take into account all the factors that are going on here with it being a new offense, the timing of it. I expected to be a little bit off early in the season, right? Like it is new for everyone that's involved. Whatever was going on with Brian Thomas Jr., especially the first 3 weeks, it didn't feel like it was so much a factor last week against San Francisco, but for those first 3 weeks with whatever was going on with him and his issues catching the ball, they've obviously had an issue with that all season. Just guys dropping passes so far this year. So there are a bunch of things that I think they control how much better they're going to get at a bunch of those things. I do think they're going to get more comfortable in the offense as we get into the season here. I thought going into the year, it's why I predicted them to finish where I thought they would finish, right? Is it would take about half a season for everyone to feel comfortable in a new offense. That's what I thought was going to happen. Well, it does look like it might take about half a season for everyone to feel comfortable in a new offense, but the defense is forcing turnovers at an unbelievable level, and they're able to run the ball, right? Like they've been able to overcome some of those deficiencies. So it's some level of concern, but it's not above any level of concern that I expected necessarily to have about the offense itself at this time. Brian Thomas Jr. catching the ball, I never thought would be an issue. And it has been. That's been the one thing on offense that I can't believe we've ever had the opportunity to talk about this year. So it certainly affects how you feel about the poll question today.
There are other new offenses around the league, though, that are thriving. You know, like it's not a new offense per se in Indianapolis, but it's a new quarterback coming in Daniel Jones. And I get he's been around the block, but so is Trevor at this point.
Yeah.
Trevor's played plenty of football in the NFL.
But they run the ball really well in Indy, too.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
But last I looked, the Jags are running the hell out of the ball this year, right? And net yards per passing attempt, Indy is number 1 in the National Football League per attempt. You know, because some teams, you know, the overall yardage total sometimes tells the tale, but how often are you having to throw? Like, Dallas has one of the best passing offenses in the National Football League. In fact, they have the most passing yards. Guess who's number 2, by the way?
Number 2 in passing yards?
Number 2 in passing yards.
I don't know.
San Francisco. Huh. That looks like the number 2 passing offense in the National Football League. That's interesting as hell, right? I mean, Mac Jones has played 2 games.
Yeah.
They did throw for a lot of yards against the Jags.
See a chart somewhere earlier this week that was, you mentioned Dallas being number 1 on that list.
Yeah, because their defense stinks.
Yeah.
Right? And they've got to throw.
It was an average depth of target chart.
Okay.
And I know Dallas was like off the charts with their average depth of chart. And I think a lot of that is they've been behind so much they've had to throw the ball.
Shots.
They're forced to throw the ball downfield. But you look at it across the league, like virtually every other quarterback in the league was just bunched in one big group. Nobody's pushing the ball downfield. Nobody.
How were they bunched?
Just all right there in the middle of the graph, right? Like it was crazy. There was the outlier of Dallas, and I forget who the outlier was. It might have been Tennessee or somebody
Probably
like that.
Tennessee,
right?
Bro, all right. hold on.
Yeah.
Time out. Instant quiz for the both of you. Dallas Cowboys have 1,125 yards, right, through 4 weeks throwing the football. How many yards do the Tennessee Titans have throwing the football?
712.
712. Tony.
Probably lower than that, to be honest with you.
My guess would be 430.
494.
Yeah.
They haven't thrown for 125 yards a game. I get it. Cam Ward, rookie quarterback. Okay. Let's see. I don't know what Jackson Dart threw for this week, but he's a rookie quarterback too.
Yeah.
Like, holy smoke. Now,
is Calvin Ridley still playing football?
Barely. I mean, Calvin Ridley's good for like 2 catches for 30 yards. Yeah. I mean, and that's what he is right now. And I can't tell you, I'm not watching Tennessee every week. I see what the numbers are. I don't know if that's Cam Ward and a rookie quarterback's, struggle to integrate into the National Football League, or is it Calvin Ridley dropping passes, running wrong routes? Combination of those things, probably. But Alec Iomanor, the rookie, seems to be emerging as the number 1 option for the Tennessee passing game. Who's the number 2 fewest passing yards in the National Football League?
I want to say Saints, but it's not the Saints.
It is not the Saints. The Saints are 27th in the league.
Because I haven't been fantasy, I've been paying attention to it, Philly.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Eagles have thrown for 552.
Yeah. They got weird numbers.
They had no yards in the second half for most of the game against Tampa.
Like finding ways to win games, it's crazy. They're not throwing the ball for anything. They got 5 sacks on the year.
I don't know if it was the Tampa game, Dylan. I think they had one game maybe in week 2. They had 2 yards in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been it.
Yeah, they're winning games, and they're, when they needed to, they opened it up. That's the difference, right? When they got behind to the Rams 26-7.
They're having I know, paying attention to what the Chiefs were doing last year, like they just kept finding ways to win games. Nothing was impressive about anything they did except how they finished games, right? Like they would find ways to block field goals, block extra points. Like that kind of thing came up a lot for the Chiefs as they continued to push toward. Now they eventually wound up in the Super Bowl again, so it's not like they were bad last year necessarily, but it does feel like Philly's having one of those kind of seasons this year. They're just finding different ways every week to win.
Yeah, and, Kellen Moore's not there, and there's been talk that, that the different kind of things are running may not be the best use of the personnel. I think Jalen Hurts only dropped back and had 2 RPOs in the game this week, for instance, but they're not throwing it much at all, period.
No.
So whether it's a run pass option or just a pass. They're just not throwing it all that much. The number 3 team in terms of fewest passing yards in the league is the Cincinnati Bengals, and we let Jake Browning have 241 in 2.5 quarters. I just still, that is probably the biggest thing I don't understand about what has happened this year with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thrilled with the results of most of the games. Still should have won that football game, in my opinion. But how did you let Jake Browning do? How does he do that against you and then turns into what we've seen for the last 2 weeks? And Cincinnati looks miserable for the last couple weeks. So, hey, you take them where you can get them. I hope the Tennessee Titans are just as bad. But that is hard to believe. Under 500 yards. And you compare that to 4 teams over 1,000 already, including the Colts, which would shock a lot of people coming into the season. Let's dig into some of these numbers, Tone, where the strengths lie for the Chiefs and how that matches up with the Jags and vice versa. The Jags' strength and what do the Chiefs do perhaps not as well that the Jags can exploit on Monday Night Football. We'll get into that a little bit when we return here. Your call's welcome at 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines. With Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL.
E to the T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find the scratch kitchen that comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
Trevor Wallace. How my dad told me about the birds and the bees. True story. He goes, okay, Trevor, so your mother has a garage. The Alpha Beta Mail Tour. The second he said that, I was like, I don't think this dude's ever had sex before, you know? And then he doubles down and he goes, I have a limousine. That ain't no limousine. That's a Toyota Sienna, my guy. That is a Toyota. Saturday, October 11th, Florida Theater. Get tickets now at floridatheater.com. Don't miss Trevor Wallace, the Alpha Beta Mail Tour.
Nothing like a hot shower. Wait, why is the water up to my ankles?
It's the dreaded clogged shower drain. Hair, soap scum, and last week's mystery goo.
It's touching my toes!
Don't panic. Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. We'll tackle plumbing, septic, and even the nastiest shower clogs. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Don't ghost your carpet this fall. Hicken here. Right now, you can get your entire home zero resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 plus a free haul for Halloween. Get it? There's something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home. It's in your air ducts. This month, take 50% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special. Zero res, spelled backwards and forwards. It spells the same. Zero res.
Zero res.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic floors, where every step is fantastic.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
These days, guys who go engagement ring shopping have a really good idea of what she wants.
I was looking for something very specific. My wife shared some notes with me with what she was looking for.
Meet Jacksonville's Richard Skinner.
I did some research online. I called around the city. I shopped at other stores.
Richard found the best deal, the best ring, the best customer service at locally owned Beard's Diamonds.
We did shop around that stone and that particular setup with different jewelers, and Beard's was able to come in significantly lower. It was a no-brainer.
But way more than the price, it was truly a beautiful ring in a custom setting with a hand-picked, large, dazzling emerald-cut diamond. Literally breathtaking.
Oh, yeah. When she saw it, she couldn't talk for about 30 minutes. Her eyes got all watery and her face got red, and almost had a panic attack.
So don't make her settle for a chain store ring. Get something special that reflects her unique style, taste, and personality at Beard's Diamonds.
It's a one-of-a-kind piece.
Beard's Diamonds, Jacksonville's only locally owned direct diamond importer.
I'm the hero.
At the St. John Town Center.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, so for the desk of Dylan Denmark and others' desks, he has combed others' desks and taken the good stuff. That's what he's going to do at the new building, he tells me. But anyway, he has come up with the fact that based on all the reporting coming out of Liam Cohen's presser, which is ongoing right now, that Trayvon Walker did have wrist surgery, but is listed as day-to-day.
Mm-hmm.
So, club, maybe? Dylan, got the audio of that by any chance?
No, sir. I just copy and paste the audio you just said, and I can play it back if you want me to.
Okay, that'd be great if you could, or maybe record a little something yourself, a little 10-second update.
Yep.
All right, they didn't start the recorder in time down at the old Miller Electric Center today, so we missed the audio. But everyone out there who covers the team, who's down there, is reporting that Trayvon Walker did have wrist surgery, but is listed as day-to-day. So. Day-to-day seems more optimistic than week-to-week, Tony, and
It does.
I do absolutely think that he is crucial to what the Jags do. The Chiefs are 39%, a little better than 39% converting on third down. You know what they are on fourth? 9 out of 10. All right, so in the must-have situations, got to get pressure on Mahomes, got to find a way to disrupt the play. No one's finding a way to do that so far against Kansas City Chiefs for the most part. 39% puts them in around the top third of the league. Jags are like at 36% on third down. So they're not that far behind. And you figure, how many third downs are you going to have in a game? Maybe 15, something like that, right? So maybe it's the difference between one or two extra conversions, but that one or two extra conversions, as we saw when Travis Hunter went up and played acrobat and caught it, had it knocked away, caught it again, came down with the 28-yarder on 3rd and 15. Trevor Lawrence went on to go 8 for 8 on the drive, and the Jags stuck it in the end zone.
Yeah.
So that one extra one you convert, you never know when that's the one that's going to lead you to the drive that's ongoing that ends up in 7. From, again, many reporters out there, Devin Lloyd's 8-tackle, 2-interception game earned him AFC Defensive Player of the Week honors. It's the first time in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's been recognized as an AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Reminder, Foye Oluokun won this in week 1. So Anthony Campanile, Tony, what is he by trade? A linebackers coach?
Yeah.
Is he having a positive impact on the Jacksonville Jaguars, would you say? My goodness, man, right? So we'll keep an eye out for anything else coming out of there. But I do think Trayvon is just a massive, massive factor to this game.
Mm-hmm.
For those couple of key stats, 3rd and 4th down, man, get him off the field. I haven't seen much at all from Emmanuel Ogbah, you know? And I look, I'm not watching the film to watch every Emmanuel Ogbah rep, right? So it's more like when he makes a play, when he finishes the play, and he hasn't been doing that for the most part, right? And I get it. He's a rotational piece, but he may become more than that. Or maybe it is DeJuan Smoot, because I have seen DeJuan Smoot make some plays. But whoever it is, you've got to find a way to get Kansas City off the field in 3rd and 4th down. Here's another NFL stat that we don't talk about all the time. Percentage of drives that result in points. on offense, okay?
Jags are probably pretty high in that.
Jags are 16th
Yeah.
in the league. They're kind of middle of the pack-ish, okay? I guess that's almost the definition of middle of the pack.
It would be, yeah.
39% of the Jags drives, so about 4 out of 10 times, they're going to get points. That includes all of them, though. And their average length of scoring drive is shorter than a lot of the teams because their defense has presented them with short fields, and which is great. We want that. Capitalize on it. It's complimentary football. Kansas City is 3rd in the league. 54%. So that's a huge difference. More than half of their drives, they're putting something on the board. And Butker has been a little bit shaky, right? I mean, he's 10 out of 13. Our guy, Cam Little, is 9 out of 11. So just a little bit better percentage. It's not that far off. If Cam were to go 1 for 2 in his next 2, they'd have the same percentage. But by Cam standard, we feel that has been shaky, right? So, Butker has kicked 10 field goals, but overall, they're still finding ways to get the ball in the end zone with that 54% mark.
Yeah. Look, the Chiefs have had their issues this year. I don't think the issues equate in my mind to the Chiefs not being the Chiefs, right? Like, that's not the kind of – they have different stuff that's been going on. The injuries they've dealt with, especially in their skill position guys, has been a little bit crazy, right? And they've been able to overcome a bunch of that. It looks like Travis Kelce's – we've thought for the last 2 or 3 years, this has got to be the last one. This has got to be the last one. Well, this year really looks like the last one for Kelce.
Don't you think in hindsight, he may have even said it, like had they won it and gone 3
in a row,
and he walks off the field with Taylor Swift into the great beyond or whatever the hell.
And I was trying to find, we mentioned it looks like Trayvon Walker, if he's going to play, likely will have to be with a cast, although we don't know exactly what that's going to look like for him, right? But it seems like it's going in that direction. So I was trying to find examples of other defensive linemen that have had to play with a cast on their hand, right? And how effective they were. I did find J.J. Watt in 2015. And J.J. Watt was in his prime. At that time, if you look at the games, he had to wear the cast for the first time December 6th that year. So it was late in the year where he had the injury. He wound up with 17 and a half sacks that season, right? And to give you where he was going into the injury with the wrist, 2, 2.5, 1, 2, 2. Those were the games he had in sacks before he put the cast on.
Before the cast.
Cast comes on 0, 0, 0, 1. They changed the cast 3. Like he finally got his fingers
the fingers
back.
Be able to grab.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
grab
it
a
makes
jersey.
a massive difference. I mean, that's a Hall of Fame level player. You see the difference that it makes just them being able to use their hands to attack.
But pressures, Tony, they're almost just as good, right? That's what everybody preaches when you don't get sacks. Hey, it's all about pressures. But when you get the sacks, then it's about the sacks.
Smoot and Ogba have to step it up.
Like somebody does. Or Eric Armstead needs to continue to.
It's just going to be limited in what Trayvon Walker, the impact he's going to be able to have on the game will be limited if he's going to have to play with a cast on. It just will be.
Crazy that Eric Armstead has as many as Trayvon and Josh combined.
It is.
At this point in time. And he's on pace for double digits for himself. Who are the best offenses in the league? Who would you say? I just want to curious. Give me 5 offenses that you think would rank highly in percentage of drives that end in an offensive score. I already told you Kansas City's 3rd in the league, 54%. Buffalo is 2nd in the league.
Indianapolis?
55.8. Indy's number 1, right? Which goes along. I don't think you necessarily would have guessed that, but maybe you would have. But certainly in the context of everything else we've been talking about this morning, yes, they're number 1. 63% of their drives are getting points.
Woof.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Who else belongs?
Dallas.
Dallas is 5th. Right. So
Green Bay.
Green Bay is 7th. Right. Yeah. So the point being, this stat is plain as day. Right. Yeah. Do we think of Kansas City as this really good offensive team right now? I don't think we do.
No.
Right. But we think of all these other teams as being really good offensive teams. But what this stat is telling you is that KC is better than you think they are on that side of the football.
Spoiled by how good Kansas City has been.
It hasn't been vintage Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey in their prime, those kind of guys.
It's down for Kansas City a little bit maybe, but not down for the league.
Well, and look, we can say now in hindsight, well, maybe it wouldn't have mattered as much as we thought because Brian Thomas hasn't excelled through the first 4 games, like we had hoped he would. But they played the first 3 without Xavier Worthy.
Yep.
He comes in. He's immediately not only their leading receiver, their leading rusher as well. That's the one area, too. Their ground game, not impressive.
All over the place.
Not impressive. Jags need to get them off the field, or at least not. If they're picking up first downs on 3rd and 4 via the run, we're going to be in big trouble in this football game. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I don't even think they'll try it in those situations. I think you get beyond 3rd and 2. And unless they're in 4-down territory, I don't see them even attempting to run the football the way that they've not had much success with it so far this year. All right, 641-1010 gets you on board if you want to. Johnny O coming up here in about 15 minutes. We'll continue to check in with what Liam Cohen has to say down at the Miller Electric Center with his not exactly midweek, but later in the week because the Monday Night Football press conference. Trayvon Walker surgery, but considered day-to-day with the wrist injury. So the news, that's a step in the right direction. Whatever he had wrong, they fixed it. They fixed it quickly. He has not been ruled out for Monday Night Football. He went from week to week yesterday to day-to-day. That seems like a step in a very positive direction for his potential availability for Monday night.
No doubt. And look, they got the 2 home games here and then the trip to London. So that's what's on the horizon before the bye week for the football team. So a lot of things that are kind of up in the air when it comes to Trayvon Walker in my mind. But I don't know, again, like I said, I don't know how effective a player he can be wearing a cast if that's what he's going to have to do to play.
I want Trayvon Walker on the field. If he can play in a cast, even if he's not as effective and needs to play a smaller percentage of the snaps, if I want him in there wreaking some havoc.
Yeah.
Right. Trayvon with one hand versus Agba with 2. Who do you want out there? I want Trayvon. Now, but again, a large part of his game is power.
Yes.
And you're neutralizing a lot of that. You can, you think, I got this club. Well, you can't really push off with the club. So
can't do what Deacon did back in the day.
We'll see. I mean, obviously, they got to do what's best for Trayvon for the long term. They don't want to do anything that's going to set him back and cause him to miss more time potentially, but keeping the fingers crossed. All right, quick timeout. We'll come back. More on the Jags straight ahead. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. 1010XL is your home for play-by-play of Bishop Kenny football.
The Crusaders take a trip to Tally to battle the Raiders in a Friday night football fight. Bishop Kenny Rickards, 7 o'clock on 1010XL.
I'm with Fred from Cycles of Jacksonville. We always talk about Honda and Triumph, so many great bikes, but Aprilia from Italy is also a beautiful line.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and it is a fine sport bike. It's one that when you take your helmet off, you're never frowning. You're always smiling.
So if you want to treat yourself to something really special on the road, that's a line they should look into?
Absolutely, and we've got them in stock and ready to roll.
All right, make sure you check them out. They are on Atlantic near Regency. CyclesofJacksonville.com is a great place to go, or check out their Facebook page at Cycles of Jacksonville.
Jaguars Today, Thursday, is brought to you by
Cannons of Jacksonville.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, NA member FDIC.
You already know it's your main man, E to the T, here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
Your home is your sanctuary, where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence,
your favorite band live. First Chord Hits. That's a thrill. But for the accident attorneys at Farah and Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win. I've been there when the worry is real, when the bills pile up, when the pain doesn't quit, and getting the call that says, "We came through for you." That's huge. It's about seeing that weight lift, helping folks walk out better than when they walked in. Yeah, we're built for that.
Call Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, once again from the desk of Dylan Denmark, he directs me to this from Olivia Tasley from Action Sports. Liam Cohen on it. Travis Hunter will see more defensive snaps this week. It will be as we go, week to week. He said, I do understand the question, right? Like, here's a guy we think you say you want to be a full-time star on both sides, but the full-time part is you got to get there first, right?
Yep.
But we're not seeing that yet, and so we're curious as to why, and will that start to balance out? I'm not asking him to give away the game plan, obviously, but I think it's more a question of, well, we thought we'd just get a bunch on both sides. Like, it shouldn't be a secret that he's going to be lining up a lot on one, and you didn't have him play much. What did he not play any defensive snaps in the second half?
Nothing in the second half, no.
Right? But he went on to say, Liam Cohen, about Travis Hunter, he's pleased with how he's been making some impact plays. He isn't sure many guys are making the catch like he did on Sunday. I go back to, I think that's the biggest play in the game, right? The conversion at that moment in the fashion that he got it on 3rd and 15 to save you from punting out of your own end zone and giving momentum to the 49ers. And maybe they're taking over the ball around midfield, down 4. Completely changed the game. Now, you had to go on, even if you didn't, though, Tony, go on to score. You flip field position, you burned a little clock, you settled things down. The Niners don't feel like it's like quick change, we're right back out there. Right. So it was huge. And I talked about this with Dan and Jeff this morning. I was told by a couple of people they feel like the plan was to get Travis Hunter heavily involved last week. Okay, well, what's stopping you? Well, the quarterback's got to pull the trigger on him, right? I mean, and look, you can go through the all 22 and we can act like we're experts and offensive coordinators and say, he should have thrown it here, he should have thrown it there. And we're not sitting out there with all this stuff flashing by you
right
in the span of 2.5 seconds, right? But this is why they're paid millions upon millions of dollars, right? We're not, so they do rep this stuff over and over and over, and they're putting in these plays specifically based on their sign-stealing game plan, I say, tongue-in-cheek, sort of.
Yeah.
It just, I've been led to believe this a couple of times this year that there was a lot more in the game plan for Travis Hunter, and they just haven't gotten to it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what exactly is holding him back. Maybe Trevor hasn't just liked what he has seen. Maybe he's felt like, hey, I've got a guy open underneath. I'm going to take the profit, and never going to go broke taking first downs and checking it down and getting completions. But if they can get some of that aspect of the game, I mean, they've taken a few shots downfield. They really haven't connected on much. That 28-yarder was one of the biggest plays that they've had this year in terms of actually air yards, throwing the ball down the field and completing it. If you can get that into the game, and it probably comes through play action, well, then maybe we could start to pick it up. Maybe, we don't have to have a drive that goes 89 yards where Trevor has to be 8 for 8, which actually ended up being a 118-yard drive because of the penalty yardage added onto it.
Yeah, there's these weird things that happen when it comes to football conversations where, there are fans that are talking about they don't push it downfield. As I mentioned earlier in the show this morning, no one's pushing it downfield. Basically, that's the league right now. Nobody's pushing it downfield. So it's not a Jaguars-specific problem in that kind of regard this year, but there's also if he tries downfield 3 times and he misses the wide-open underneath guy, people are like, just take what's there. You don't go broke making a profit. Like, we hear those kind of things. There is a bit of you can't win unless you win. Right? Like, you can't win unless the ball is actually getting completed. And there happen
Was the strategy good? Well, what was the outcome?
Right. Like the Parker Washington play that we heard Logs talk to us about on Tuesday, where he did break open downfield. Well, he completed it to Strange. So it's not like the play was a 0 play.
Right.
It could have been bigger, but it wasn't bad. Right? And you kind of keep that idea in your head of, well, he missed the downfield play. Yes, he did. But he didn't make a bad play by missing the downfield
play. But at the same time, you got to take advantage of the opportunities when they're there, and that's why they're designing that and putting it into the game plan.
Type of player that I've felt like since he got here, you're going to have to kind of tame him when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think he would throw it downfield on every play if you let him. Right? And if you would put that attitude in him from the beginning, just go, 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 I think he would. Right? And if you didn't have the repercussions of, well, you're just a bad player because you keep putting the ball in harm's way. Well, I think they've got it in his head to not put the ball in harm's way unless we're in a situation where you have to. Don't put the ball where it can be turned over. Make the right pass at the right time. I don't have a problem with him having that in his head. I don't know how you keep that in his head and get him to be more push the ball downfield at the same time. It's got to be how comfortable he is in the offense and exactly what's going on with it. Like, I think that explains a lot of this, but I'm not surprised that it hadn't happened in a month for him in this offense where he feels comfortable with all those things at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm hopeful
I'm not saying
it'll come.
Every time, but I like at this point we need to start seeing it sprinkled in some success
No
more
doubt
in those plays because
no doubt there.
It's great if you can consistently go 5-8 yard plays and pick up 40. I'll take 140-yard chunk.
Right. I can give him that for the first 3, 4, 5 weeks maybe of playing in the new offense. Eventually that goes away. When the opportunities to make the plays are there, he's a good enough player and he's got good enough players around him. Go make the plays.
All right, timeout here. Hour to go. That means Johnny O is about to step in. A Wednesday regular here on Thursday. Today we'll find out his thoughts on Trayvon Walker's potential availability, what Liam Cohen has had to say, and where the Jags stand kind of at the quarter pole of the season. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. When the defense delivers, victories pile up.
This is where you find out what you're made of on defense.
Superior Fence and Rail highlights the defensive player of the game.
Down he goes!
On 1010XL. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
You're locked into Jaguars Today Thursday with Cannons of Jacksonville.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
Get ready. Monday Night Football is coming to Everbank Stadium October 6th. And this is a matchup you won't want to miss. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are throwing it back in their Prowler jersey as they take on the Kansas City Chiefs under the primetime lights. Don't wait. Be a part of the action. Get your tickets now by visiting us online at jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at the bank for primetime football.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
PRI Productions is the official game day production partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi, I'm Randy Goodwin, president and owner of PRI Productions. Chances are, if you've been in Jacksonville over the last 30 years, you've seen our work, from corporate and social events to concert production and much more. We have the equipment and expertise to make your next event memorable. So call the experts at the Jaguars Call. PRI Productions, bringing your ideas to life.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask? So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. Jacksonville Jaguars edge rusher Travon Walker has undergone a procedure on his injured wrist. Head coach Liam Cohen said on Today, but he is considered day-to-day and will do, quote, everything in his power to play on Monday against the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, 79 degrees at 11 o'clock, time in 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. It's time for Oh No's with Jaguars.com's John Osher. Oh No's.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Johnny O has arrived.
I am here.
From Jaguars.com, where he's a senior writer. How many junior writers do you have over there? Anybody?
I got some contributors, we would call
Contributors?
them.
Can Conani Stevens be
Conani
considered
Stevens a contributor. Brian Sexton contributes.
Yeah, but he'd be a senior guy, too. I mean, he's only one senior writer?
Not a senior writer. It's
just only one of those.
I take that very, very seriously.
Very special nomenclature there for John Ogier. Good morning. How are things? How's the chair? Okay?
Good. It's a rough chair, but it's
this is the last day.
So we're in transition.
I don't even know if we're having the same chairs or not.
I do not know.
In the new plan. So I wouldn't say it's the last.
I shouldn't say.
Backdrop.
I mean,
well, the backdrop looks better now.
I hope we have the same backdrop.
We've got the big 1010XL banner up there.
I've grown attached to this one.
We used to have a bunch of helmets on the walls. People who stream us on YouTube and stuff, watch a show, they know that. And they've been coming down at a regular pace because we got to decorate the new place. Yeah. And it left the wall with a bunch of holes in it, basically. And
it's a bittersweet day.
Looked kind of shoddy. Not really. not really.
Okay.
Not that much.
Been coming over here for what, 10 years?
Has it been on this side of the street?
No, we were in the. That's right.
Because we were at the stadium.
Station for a while. The stadium for a while, and then it's probably been.
Probably been close to that.
COVID,
something in there.
Yeah. Was COVID here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
remember we had the big plexiglass dividers that hung from the ceiling. Those were actually kind of nice, though. Yeah. I kind of like that. That was a good kind of workaround.
That's right. So those. Yeah. So probably 7 years here. So it's it'll be with a little tear in my eye.
All right. Well, I think you like the new place. Very antiseptic and very clean and all that.
Looking forward to it. Happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it as well. And we'll debut over there on Monday for Monday Night Football, which is going to be spectacular and all that good stuff. So, John, you've heard the news on Trayvon Walker. He had successful surgery on his wrist, and that he is considered now day-to-day as opposed to what yesterday was described as week-to-week, which gave me not a great feeling about his availability. Usually you hear week to week, that's at least 1 week on the sideline. What do you think now?
I think until I hear that Trayvon has been ruled out, I always assume he will play. Just because that's the kind of guy he is. He's a physically different human being. So I can't say I expect him to play, but I would not be at all surprised if he plays. I guess I would be a little surprised if he doesn't play.
Yeah, I think if the doctors clear him and say, hey, whatever brace you're going to have to wear, that you're okay, you're not really at risk of aggravating it or not at some exceptional extra risk of aggravating it. I would think having Trayvon as one of the 45 up for the game, even if he is not playing his normal reps, even if he is not as effective, you can't grasp with that hand potential. We don't know I don't know what he's wearing on the hand.
But even like we talked during the break, the J.J. Watt comparison where you couldn't grab. Even if Trayvon can't grab and be as effective in the passing game, he's so effective in the running game and as just somebody who is hard to move and is just a physical force that I think he helps you being up as opposed to being down.
It worries me on just third down.
Sure.
When you're trying to get off the field, Kansas City 39% on third down, which is a little bit better than what the Jags have been, and they're 9 out of 10 going for it on fourth down. And those are the ones that kill you. When Kansas City gets the extra play, like usually Mahomes seems to come through in those moments. And I get it. It's not the same vintage Kansas City offense, but we just looked at it. The Chiefs are scoring on 54% of their offensive possessions this year. That's third best in the league. So they're doing something right, and they've done it for the most part without Xavier Worthy.
He's a moment quarterback, just like all the great ones are. And I always hear about how the refs favor Kansas City and all that. To me, you say about the Patriots. You say it about the Patriots too. Those great quarterbacks, when they get that extra break, they take advantage of it so you remember it. Bad teams who get that extra break don't take advantage of it. So he's just such a good player in those situations that, third and fourth down, if you can't get him off the field, you're in a lot of trouble because if you give them a break, they're going to take advantage of it.
As a general rule, when it comes to the way games are refereed, right? Like I'm not in the league's out to get the Jaguars, refs are out to get the Jaguars. I just think it's more a case of when you perennially are not one of the better teams and you're not I don't want to say aggressor. You got to be aggressive to play football, right? But the tone setter, right? Like Mahomes and company have been tone setters. You tend to get away with a little bit more. You tend
Probably,
to, you know, it's just like a natural. Like the Jags had more penalties called against them, but I didn't think it was an unfair scenario against San Francisco. You know, like they called that big pass interference on a would-be interception. That's a huge play.
Right.
You know, and
right.
And of course, the 49er fans are all up in arms about that play. Let them be. You know, that's fine. Like that's an example to me. Like if they wanted to get you, all they got to do is just keep a flag in their pocket right there.
Yeah, officials aren't out to get teams. Does human nature come into play sometimes, and you think, I've seen these guys do X before, so I'm assuming they're doing it right. Maybe there's a little bit of that, but I don't necessarily think that there's a bias toward teams in this league.
I think they blew the pass interference against Travis Hunter in the Cincinnati game, okay? But so many of the Jags penalties, which, by the way, they lead the league with the most penalties, almost 10 a game right now, way too much. A lot of them are pre-snap.
Yeah.
You know, just like that. It's clear when you want. Yeah, well, we did make that mistake, and they called us on it.
I think they blew the Travis Hunter call, but I don't think they blew the Travis Hunter call because they went into it saying, we're going to figure out a way to blow the Travis Hunter call.
I don't think so either.
You know,
I think they did
There's
blow
bias
that call.
and there's human error.
Right.
And you missed a call. So it's too bad, but I don't think it was a case of the league being out to get a team.
And it's not Tony, it didn't have to be out to get you. I do think there's that human nature element when the entire home crowd is anticipating a call.
Yeah, and you're on the home sideline.
Yeah. And they're chirping in your ear because we see it all the time. We see coaches, college and pro, hey.
Yeah.
And then the flag comes out.
Yeah, there was one the other day.
Yes. What is the one
in
we
one
just
of the last
saw?
2 games where there was no flag, and then all of a sudden the flag went up. I mean, no flag to the point of like when I'm covering a game,
like 3, 4,
I'm
5 plays over,
and I'd already written something about it. Looked up, and there was the flag. It was like, well, that was a long delay,
right?
For the guy to
and it was on the defense.
It was over the right side on my right side.
Was it on your right side? 'Cause I was thinking it was on the left. But either way, we may not be thinking about the same play for that matter.
Every once in a while, there will be one where you think, okay, well, the official
got influenced.
Yeah, got influenced. And again, that's not necessarily
what he should have seen has been explained to him.
The other part of this is, as you said, the human element is I rarely get emails about calls that went the Jaguars' way.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't, huh?
So, you
don't go, man, wow, what a great pass interference call in the Niners that was.
So there's a lot of that in the post-game analysis from fans of they forget when they got the break. So
yeah, bottom line, there's when you're at the top of the league with the absolute most, you probably had a few bad calls go against you, but you probably put yourself in that position. And that just, there's room for growth. Clean some of that stuff up, and who knows? I mean,
I think a lot of the pre-snap stuff and a lot of the offense stuff is going to get ironed out as players get more comfortable in what they're being asked to do pre-snap, and as that becomes more muscle memory. I think a lot of that is Liam Cohen's offense puts a huge emphasis on the pre-snap shifts, and I think a lot of that you will see as time goes on become a thing of the past.
Dan and Jeff made the point today. We're doing crosstalk about the would-be 2-point play where Parker Washington went in motion,
right?
And Trevor reacted like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be going in motion right here. Like, I mean, so it's not just a rookie making mistakes. Right. It's a number of guys because it's new to a lot of people. But again, we've looked around the league. There's some of the best offenses right now in the league are either brand new play callers or new quarterback in a new system for them. And so, that can only go so far. I'm happy. Look, Jags 3-1 should be 4-0. And so all this is first world problems. It's nice to have, but at some point, those things can catch up to you.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
I was interrupting you. I
don't. John, I constantly am talking. It's okay. You're like, you're more than welcome to interrupt me. Okay, seriously.
I was done.
I rarely shut up. I understand that. All right, let's take a time out here. We'll come back. More with Johnny O on the matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs and what stands out to him about the opportunity the Jags have for a chance to get to 4-1 at home on Monday Night Football. Are you kidding me? We'll do that when we return in a moment. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. He's skilled in the art of diplomacy.
I'm Defense Minister Dmitry Mishkin.
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines.
The CIA has no knowledge.
Delivered by Palo Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $3,600 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Jaguars Today Thursday is hitched to Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
It's time to get up and go to the Jacksonville Fall RV Show, Thursday through Sunday, October 2nd through 5th at the Jacksonville Equestrian Center, with hundreds of RVs on display with lifestyle booths, and register to win $250 gift cards every day. It's Northeast Florida's largest RV show, Thursday through Saturday, 10 to 5, Sunday, 10 to 4. Adults, $10. Kids under 12, free. Seniors get half off on Thursday. Military and first responders, half off every day. It's the Jacksonville Fall RV Show.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Morgan Williams, senior volleyball player at Atlantic Coast High. Morgan is a member of the National Honor Society and the National Art Honor Society, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Jacks Thrive Club.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to American-Electrical.com and see how they can help you.
If you want to sell your home, or you're worried about selling your home, or you've had trouble selling your home, let me give you the hotline to the help you need. That's the hotline to Chad and Sandy. 904-414-6200, chadandsandy.com. Area homes are selling, but you got to get the right price, and you need the right marketing, the proven systems. Chad and Sandy hit every base for you. Need to sell now? Instant offers coming. Fast, easy, stress-free. You want max price? Chad and Sandy bring your home to market with unmatched exposure, whether you're buying or selling. Fast or max cash, Chad and Sandy have the proven plan guaranteed. And how about this promise? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. They are the real estate experts you can trust. So call them today at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, A-N-D, Sandy.com.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through October 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Oh noes.
Served up by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft on 1010XL.
I haven't heard this one in a little bit.
It's been a minute.
This not in your in-car playlist? What do you listen to in the car?
Which one is this?
1010XL.
Is this Meet Me in the Ladies' Room?
No. Meet me in the ladies' room.
Yeah.
Cat band. For my money.
Yeah.
You can't be too soon.
Yeah, that's probably about as much of that song as
What
I know.
a weird song that is, huh?
Yeah. What do I listen to in the car? A lot of 80s.
Yeah. Me too. If I got music, it's going to be
stuff.
80s or 70s.
Yeah, a lot of REM,
If I had Sirius XM in the car, I'd listen to 70s on 7 is what I probably listen to most of the time.
It's good stuff.
So, anyway, we got stuff on the Jaguars offensive line coming up. I know Dylan's on the phone with somebody right now. Mr. Denmark, are you ready to hear what Liam Cohen was asked about, kind of the state of what has been a little bit of a banged up offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see in terms of getting those guys back. We got to be smart with them this week in terms of practicing, getting them the mental reps, also looking at how many reps they can take, just being smart about that. I think to be able to have guys like Chuma and Cole to be able to step in and not hurt us, and actually continue to level up the playing field. And that experience from those guys, I think, is super valuable. Anton has really continue to do this, I think, in a lot of ways. His pass pro, I think he's really pass pro at a high level. It's great to be able to have the ability to mix and match if you need to, and we did so much of that from the spring through training camp, which has now allowed it to be a little bit more seamless in season.
All right, I think, John, for a lot of people, myself included, the biggest pleasant surprise of the team is how well the offensive line has played to this point.
Yeah, Devin Lloyd ranks up there, but overall, in terms of getting them where they want to go and being a absolute team strength, the offensive line's been the core of it. I mean, it's as much as people are waiting for the offense to have explosives, the offense is operating at a winning level because they've been able to run and rely on it, and they've been able to, the lack of explosives hasn't killed them because they're not getting sacked. They're not
having negatives.
Right. So it's been, they expected it all off season. They talked about it all off season being the core and the reason that they believe they were in good shape going in. And it has been. So it's been impressive.
It's been really impressive that you got 60% are holdovers from last year. And they didn't let Trevor get touched this week. And you had Anton go out. You had McCary go out of the game at various points in time. Do you think
it was clear a couple of times that Ezra was still sort of getting up? I mean, I don't want to speak to what he was feeling, but he was getting up slow. It looked like he was fighting through stuff.
He's been excellent this year.
Anton was fighting through stuff. I mean, it was Anton's obviously really responded to the challenge of the offseason. And anybody who's followed this knows that Liam Cohen was very public about he's got to play at his level more often and more consistently, and he has. But Ezra's been right up there with Anton.
Is the change, we talked about this with Mike Duraco yesterday, but by the way, thank you for switching days. Is the change, how much credit do you give to Hainsey and McCary coming in and maybe kind of helping to establish a more, I don't know, a different mindset, a more aggressive physical mindset, whatever the case may be?
I think they're part of it. I think just from day one when Liam Cohen walked in the building and every time, Tony Baselli and James Gladstone talked, and it's been clear that they were going to be a more physical, more run-oriented team. They directly challenged Anton. I'm sure they directly challenged Ezra. Basically saying whatever happened in the past is the past, but it may not be a new player in body, but this is a new approach around here, and this is how it's going to be. And I do think the competition in training camp was realer than most training camp competitions. They always talk about it. This felt real. So I think all those things played into it. But sure, Macari and Hainsey, you've always got to credit the center, captain, all of that setting the tone. And both of them, particularly Hainsey, have been real leaders on that bunch. So whatever it's been, a combination of things has worked.
Knowing that Kansas City has not been a team that turns the ball over much this year, and that's something that obviously Jacksonville has been able to create. So not sure exactly how much each of those kind of neutralize one another in this game. It's hard to tell. Is the improvement along the offensive line and what that group has provided for them, is that improved enough that you feel like it can be a difference maker in this game against the Chiefs on Monday?
Well, I feel like it's the thing that gives, I think, the team and people watching it, maybe even without knowing where the confidence is coming from, the fact the offensive line is playing so well and they're running when they want to run, and they're getting 6 yards on a first down in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden you're 2nd and 4, whereas you might have been 2nd and 11 and felt like you were in a bad situation. I think the offensive line playing so well is what gives them the confidence that they're on equal footing going into these games. I mean, when your offensive line's playing that well, and when you can run as a team, you feel like we can beat anybody if we can run on them. I think the other part that people aren't talking about as much, because it's fun to talk about turnovers, the defensive line really stopping the run gives you the same situation on defense. I don't know how many turnovers they're going to finish up with. I do know if they keep playing the run as well as they have on defense, they're going to be in situations to get turnovers. You're going to be in 3rd and long yardage a lot. I don't think the run defense feels solid and like you're going to be able to rely on it every week. And I think it's really important on Monday.
All right, let's get out to the lines once again this morning, and at 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines with John Ogier in studio. Philip in Arlington is next up. Good morning, Philip.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying this season a whole lot better than last season. I already apologized to my neighbor last Sunday when they beat San Francisco. I said I wasn't killing anybody. I was just yelling. I have never looked forward to a game on Monday night as I have. That defense is for real, boys. That defense is nasty. And Patrick Mahomes, oh my God. But my concern is my fellow Jacksonville brethren fans. There better not be any significant empty seats on a Monday night. I don't care about the excuses. I just sold my Toyota, and I bought my ticket. I don't have money, but I want that stadium packed and rocking, baby.
Woo! All right. Thank you, Phil Phillips. By the way, once again, not murdering anyone.
I'm sure his neighbor's relieved. I mean,
he's just yelling.
I would be happy if I was the neighbor hearing that was not going on.
I'm going to use that in the future.
Right.
I wasn't killing anybody.
Hey, whoa.
Then don't worry about it. Look, I hope he's right. I hope it.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know if he actually sold his Toyota to finance Monday Night Football tickets.
He's all in. He's ready.
I'll say this: there were some great deals going around this week on tickets that they did. If you were a season ticket holder, I know they've done some ticket giveaways. I mean, we all want to see it. It's going to be what it is.
And my understanding is they're going fast. And
me too.
Yeah,
right.
So
that they've really made a big dent. And
in the last week.
And quite frankly, look, I get it to a degree, right? This is a team that has oftentimes disappointed when you've had expectations. And this year, what are the expectations with all the newness around there? For some people, they're always going to be sky high. And, again, if you want to be there.
Fans have heard a lot for a lot of years in the offseason. So to me, it's not surprising that it took some success in seeing it after 15. I mean, I had the same element. I thought they were going to be a lot better, but seeing it, I have a much more secure feeling about this team. I think when fans see something like that, they get excited. And it does feel like the fans are starting to embrace and believe in this. And I'm looking as forward to Monday's game as I've looked forward to a game in a long, long time around here.
Quite frankly, I mean, you're never going to be satisfied waiting for the national media to say positive things about the Jags, right? I mean, they've got to play at an exceptional level and beyond to get the same recognition because of the market size. It's just a fact, right? It just is if you look at the coverage. Now, you go back to the 90s and they were a perennial winner. It was a different story. So if you get to that level, absolutely. But if you do care about that kind of thing, and I just try just kind of roll my eyes and go on about my business, and we're 3-1, and you can check out the standings if you like. But if you care about that, show up and show them what Duval's all about on Monday night, and do what you can to get there. I know it's not I'm not saying it's easy for everybody. I know there are people that, are in different economic situations, can't afford it. But if you could find a way, man, definitely, this is the one you want to be at.
Well, it's also hard on a Monday night, primetime, work the next day. But I have a feeling that it's going to be a special night.
It's got that sense to it.
Yeah.
No doubt. Go back to how it felt at that back half of 22.
Yeah.
A little bit in that building.
Yeah.
I don't know that it'll ever get quite back to that at this point in any season. In the near future, that back half of that season was nuts, but it's got the opportunity to. And I think from the way the national media talks about anything, I mean, do you think they just talk about all the really good teams positively in the news? That's what you hear? No. You hear about the teams they expect to be good where they're struggling. Like when they're bad, they talk about the things that are bad, right? Like they talk about the controversial things with a bunch of these teams. And Jacksonville hasn't been traditionally a good enough team to even be the kind of, we know they're all right. Right? Like the only time they ever talk about Jacksonville is when things are going wrong. They're not going to turn it around for you just because you're getting turned around. They'll talk about you when it goes bad. They want the Hunter thing to fail the way they talk about it, which is weird to me, but that's the way they talk about it. It's like they aren't getting what they thought they'd get. It's like, relax, guys. Like it's 4 games
you beat
in.
Kansas City on Monday, on a Monday Night Football.
They got to
you
talk
beat
about it for a
Mahomes.
day. Yeah.
They'll talk about it and then go back that up. That makes you 4-1, and then go start winning and become a 6-2 team.
Oh, sure, right. Eventually, they have to recognize you, or they have to go, well, Rashee Rice is still not there, and whatever.
I've always said,
what?
When they've got to talk about you when you're holding the trophy.
I'll bank the W, and I will take that. Let's get Octavius down in St. Johns County next up here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Octavius.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Thanks for taking my call.
You got
appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. Hey, so 2 things. One is I don't think we're having a problem packing the house out, man. Jacksonville shows up for games like these. This is a big time game. And my second thing is I was thinking about this and would love to hear from you guys and your thoughts on it. What do you think? Has there been a bigger game, regular season game, as big as this one in recent history where playoffs were not on the line? No playoff implications. When's the last time we had a game this big that was regular season, no playoff implications?
Okay.
Go Jags.
Thank you, Octavius. First one that comes to mind is
season
2018 against the Patriots, right?
Yeah, there's not quite the vengeance is mine feeling.
No, but this is a big game in the fact that it's prime time, and you got a chance to be 4-1.
Right. And then they played the Chiefs a couple weeks later, and that's when it all came apart.
I think the whole league kind of has a vengeance is mine thing every time they play the Chiefs right now, right?
Yeah.
Like there is a bit of that. It's like we never beat Mahomes. Well, let's beat Mahomes.
Yeah, let's
you
take
had
advantage.
the whole AFC Championship game the previous year with that.
Yep.
The New England game.
With the New England, right. That's why I think that players, I feel like the players slept-walked through that 5-point win over the Giants in the opener, right? And they just you want to talk about classic look-ahead, but in week 1, right?
Yeah.
And they were all about it, and they came out and handled their business, but then they kind of felt like mission accomplished, and there was a lot more to do.
This is an early season game that has a lot to it because it's kind of I would say fluke, but good fortune that it's on prime time, which they really didn't play
Trevor's
to
birthday,
that level,
by the way,
last year to be on prime time. They're there with an opportunity. it's a real gift, and they need to take advantage of the gift.
All right. The gift is that John Ogier is here on a Thursday,
sure.
okay? Unexpected present that you found under the tree. Oh, there's one more back here, and it's the senior writer. All right, we'll come back more with Johnny O straight ahead, and your calls as well. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for my friends at Dandy Foods. Owned and operated by the Thompson family. Good old locals here in Duval since way back in 1956. Generations of the Thompsons have worked for Dandy and continue to bring you the best and high-quality food made with the freshest ingredients, the most high-quality ingredients, great variety, prices that continue to keep you coming back, and the convenience of finding them all over Duval County. As a matter of fact, right now, they're waiting for you in the cold case right down the street from Everbank. The Talleyrand Food Mart carrying a great selection of Dandy sandwiches. Sam and Gus, the proprietors there. And look, maybe some of the home team likes to sneak down and grab a steakhouse burger. Why wouldn't you do that? Check that one out, or check out any of the areas around Jacksonville that are serving up great Dandy food. Know that it's locally made with you in mind. If you're hungry in Duval, Dandy's the name to know. So do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. The bank opens for business and America watches when the Monday night lights turn teal. It's pride, power, and primetime swagger. Feel the Duval energy. Duval! Jaguars, Chiefs. It's Monday Night Football on 1010XL.
Here's hoping for a raise the roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville. Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Kuhn Flowers announces their home holiday decorating team is now taking orders for the holiday season. This is JJ with 1010XL. No more hassling with tree buying, untangling, and hanging burned out lights. Call on Kuhn Flowers, they'll do it all.
If you're at home on the range, tee it up with the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Tour news, local updates, and the latest gear. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASC certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Oh noes.
Served up by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft on 1010XL.
All right, we'll get back to the phone calls here in a minute. Tony will take us around the league coming up. But first, Dylan Denmark set us up for the 10-10 take.
10-10 Take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 Take is serviced by Ideal Conditions Heating and Air, your go-to local HVAC company, veteran owned and operated.
All right, the way the Kansas City Chiefs season has gone, you might think that they've just been absolutely miserable offensively, and a 37-point outburst certainly helps them climb back up some of the rankings. But this is a team that actually has had a more productive passing offense than the Jacksonville Jaguars have, and they've done it without their primary weapon. And we can say, hey, Brian Thomas Jr., who's the focus of today's question of the day, hasn't been Brian Thomas Jr., but at least he's been available to the Jags. Xavier Worthy hadn't been available to the Jags, or to the Chiefs, for about the first 3 games. Came in, made a massive impact. He's going to be a guy because if there's a quick strike element to the Chiefs offense, he is it. And you got to watch him on reverses as well as going down the field. He's the leading rusher for the team as well. So while this doesn't feel like the Kansas City Chiefs vintage teams of the last several years or a couple of years ago, any win versus any Kansas City Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes at the helm is a good one. I don't think the Jags are quite at the point where they can impose their will on somebody and just kind of keep a good team at bay the entire game, but that's okay.
We'll see.
Maybe.
I think that's the storyline.
I don't think they're there. Like, they beat the 49ers,
right?
But they had a massive turnover advantage, right? And it was a close game in the end. The difference, they're finding ways to win those games as opposed to last year when they lost the overwhelming majority of them. So, again, we're not at the style point stage of the Liam Cohen era of the Jacksonville Jaguars as far as this offense goes. I mean, you'll probably have a couple of those occasions, and at times the running game has provided you some great style points, but putting it all together, I don't think we're quite there yet. But if we come out with one more point than Kansas City on Monday night, that's really all that matters.
Yeah, and I think, first of all, the Ravens are struggling defensively. So
they're horrible.
I don't know that the Jaguars defense doesn't need to be intimidated by the thought of playing Mahomes. I think they need to play the way they've played, meaning they need to stop the run. They need to get a little pressure. And when they get the opportunities to catch the ball defensively, they need to catch it. I don't think they're going to get 4 turnovers. But to me, the keys to this game are get a turnover at least. Get one. Get that momentum for you that it gives you for a half a quarter or so. And then they've got to hit big plays offensively. They finally last week got touchdowns of more than 11 yards, which they hadn't in the first 3 weeks. They got a punt return over 48 yards. They got a run 48 yards. To me, on Monday, they have to get at least one big passing touchdown that's more than 11 yards. That's more than a dump off. I think, to me, that's the key. If they get a couple of those, they win the game.
Yeah, a quick strike. And the turnover thing is tough, man. I mean, Casey's turned it over once in 4 games.
But the way the Jags are stopping the run, they're not going to get 3 or 4 turnovers a game, the Jags. But you can keep stopping the run that well and give yourselves opportunities to get teams off the field and to get 1 or 2 turnovers a game. I'm pretty confident in this run defense right now.
Yeah. And to me, look, and it's simple. These are all, Tony, we always talk about turnovers, certain key statistics. To me, it's all about 3rd and 4th down. Extending your drives, getting them off the field.
Yeah, which Mahomes is the best at.
He's been 9 out of 10 on 4th down this year. They're better than the Jags on 3rd down on top of that. If you can battle them even on that front.
Exactly right.
That'll give you a great chance. All right, Tony, why don't we take a quick look around the NFL?
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Baltimore quarterback Lamar Jackson did not practice yesterday as he works through a hamstring injury. Head coach John Harbaugh said that the team is taking it day to day with Jackson for now. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels has been cleared by doctors. He was a full participant at practice yesterday for the Commanders. He's missed the last couple of weeks. Dallas wide receiver CeeDee Lamb was out of his walking boot and doing rehab work at practice yesterday for the Cowboys. Tampa Bay running back Bucky Irving is considered day-to-day. He's in a walking boot. Head coach Todd Bowles said yesterday that Irving would have to be out of that boot by tomorrow to have a chance to play this week there for the Bucs. Arizona has placed running back Trey Benson on their short-term IR with a knee injury. Carolina is calling running back Chuba Hubbard day-to-day with a calf injury. San Francisco has ruled out quarterback Brock Purdy and wide receivers Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Jennings for tonight's game against the LA Rams, and former Indianapolis linebacker Shaquille Leonard, who was selected as a first-team All-Pro in 3 of his 6 seasons, announced his retirement from the league.
Man, he got hurt, and then he was never the same guy.
Yep.
You talk about a guy who was like a meteoric presence.
He was
4 or
like
5 years.
he was considered to be like almost kind of on the Roquan Smith tier.
Yeah,
you know,
and then
was
just gone.
And then like oh, he'll come back. It'll be slow at first. No, it was nothing like that. So hey, it happens, man. You know,
hard game.
It's a ridiculously hard game, and you don't know when your last play is going to be or where it's going to go. Like Xavier Howard said, hey man, you know, priorities, got to spend time with my family. I'm guessing he realized he's not anywhere close to the same player he used to be. Yeah. And plus, you know, he's made a bunch of money. He's making like under $1.5 million, which to us would be, wow, that's phenomenal. I will do whatever I can. Take my left toe or my left big toe at least. But yeah, so, you know, it comes for everybody. Jags, again, knock on wood, have been, even with the Trayvon situation, have been very, very fortunate.
Well, when you've got
on the injury front,
you're through 5 games, and this is really the first, if I'm remembering right, really the first major, you know,
question mark
even
player.
Figured out. I guess Ezra had a, you know, but it's been
Diami,
better.
Yeah,
right,
Diami,
Brown.
but a guy that you feel like there's no guy to replicate him.
Yeah,
there's nobody that can you can fill in for him, but you can't be Trayvon. All right, let me get William up real quick before we hit the last break. William, you're on Jaguars Today. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Real quick, you guys are talking about we don't get any positive press from the national media, and for the most part, that is true. But the NFL Network have done a lot of positive stories on the Jaguars. Just, I believe that was Tuesday, they had a 10-minute interview with Devin Lowe, big number 0, and it was all positive. I mean, very good interview. And it's been a lot of good interviews, a lot of good positive talk on the rookie cornerback. I can't even think of his name right now. Hunter, yes. I mean, I'm retired, and I look at a lot of the NFL Network, and there's been a lot before the season and even right now during the season, positive talk on the Jaguars. Nick Wright from the First Thing First, he loved the Jaguars. That's his second, from what he said.
Yeah, he's loved the Jaguars even when they've been terrible, though. Like he calls Trevor Lawrence the prince who was promised, you know. So yes, I mean he's a little over the top with it. I get your point, man. Hey, and I'm glad. I hope there's going to be more of that, and we appreciate you weighing in. And I just think that the Jags have to. It's not good enough for them to be good. They've got to be exceptional because while they're good, I feel like until they continue to beat teams like San Francisco, you win against Kansas City, that starts to change the narrative. It's like, oh, who'd they beat? Oh, they lost to Jake Browning. They beat Carolina.
Right.
You know, they beat Houston. Fair. Houston can't score against anybody, and it's always a but. Yeah. And that's okay. Again, standings. That's it. That's where you get your recognition. You're 3-1 right now.
Monday's a real opportunity on that front because it's a if you care about narratives, it's the kind that can change the narrative.
Right. And again, I don't care that much about it. I know any fan wants to hear the national media talk well about their team. That's fine, but in the end, man, force them to acknowledge it. And there's some of that, right?
They sort of
us
want
against
to.
the world.
I think they like complaining about it more than they would actually enjoy it.
Yeah, I resemble that remark in a lot of ways. I like to have something to complain about. All right, John Oehser, one more segment straight ahead. William, thank you for the call. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Parker McCullum. Live 2026. Friday and Saturday, March 27th and 28th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Multi-platinum selling artist Parker McCullum. Special guests Max McNown and Lacey K. Booth. On sale now at AXS.com. Parker McCullum Live.
Jaguars Today, Thursday.
Brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
We're a veteran and still 100% locally owned and operated HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, and general contracting company. Ideal Conditions has been BBB accredited with an A+ rating since 2008 with 4.9 out of 5 stars from over 1,000 reviews on Google.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJax.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullerita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
How many Grand Slam home runs did Yankee slugger Don Mattingly hit in his career?
Filing an insurance claim following a storm shouldn't be an ordeal. Southern Oak Insurance's claim team prepares for catastrophic situations well in advance. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
New York Yankees Don Mattingly hit 6 Grand Slams in 1987, but none throughout the rest of his 15-year career.
Southern Oak Insurance.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $3,600 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, before we get out of here, let's hear one more thought from Liam Cohen just about this opportunity, the showcase, and everything that comes with playing on Monday Night Football.
Huge. Just a great opportunity, like we talked about in the team meeting today, is to go play cleaner 60 minutes and see what happens, guys. You know, like we have done so many good things. It is truly about us getting better, improving, taking the next step in all 3 phases, you know, and just go trust it and play. This is going to be a blast. Ton of respect for the Chiefs, Coach Reed, Coach Spags. You know, Tammy Reed was one of the first, you know, people to like call Ashley and welcome her. So it's just a lot of respect for the organization. I know Matt Nagy really well. Trained me out of college when I was doing some quarterback stuff. So a lot of respect for what they've done.
Is it me or is Liam laying it on thick with the respect for this particular coaching staff coming up? You know, I'm just saying it, you know, in contrast, I'm curious to see how he feels about all the coaching staffs around the league.
I feel like there's been plenty of times in these kind of matchups against these kind of teams, John, that we've seen a Jaguars team that is trying to find their footing, right? Like trying to find, the standing they could take to say, we need a little bit more respect than we're getting, that kind of thing. It does feel a little bit different this time around to me. Like, I think the defense isn't looking for anyone's respect. I think they're going to get it after Monday night.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that's the kind of mentality that they have is, all right, bring on the Chiefs. We'll be us. That'll be enough. For this week, that'll be enough for us this week. And I think we've had a lot of teams that wanted to take that next step, but I don't know that I've felt that we had a lot of teams that had that kind of mentality when trying to take that next step, especially this early in a season.
Yeah, I mean, I've in thinking about this game, I think back to 22 when the Jags went and played the Chiefs twice, and once in the regular season, once in the postseason. Both times I thought they had a chance, but I really didn't think they were going to go win. Yeah. I hoped.
That was the game they started with the onside kick, right? Yeah.
Then they got them in the playoffs, and again, you thought they'd play well. But in this game, I think this team feels like if they go out and play the way they've played the first four, meaning fight the defense, run the ball well, take advantage of a couple of plays that are there that they haven't hit on offense, meaning in the passing game, I think these guys go in expecting to win. And it's a subtle difference, but I think it's real. And I think this team has confidence that if they play well, they're going to win games.
Are they bringing you along? Like, let's say Trayvon's going to play, but in obviously some limited capacity, right? Because if he plays, he's got his wrist wrapped up. Are you feeling like
I think they win the game?
They're going to win. You do?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I love that. That's great confidence out of you 4 days out.
Only because I've seen this team play 4 times. I think bare minimum, I'm at the point now with this team where I'll be surprised if they're out of a game with 7 minutes to go. It'll happen at some point because most teams, even when you're really good, you get out of a game, something happens. But I think this team, if they play well, if they play their game, even without turnovers, I think should be in the game in the last 4 minutes.
Very exciting stuff from the senior writer. All right, let's say hello to XL Primetime before we wrap up.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Joe Coward has arrived. Hello.
Johnny O, over-the-top enthusiasm.
He's very, very. I have no issue
see.
with that whatsoever. Yeah. Why wouldn't you think that? I mean, the Jags have the better record. They're playing well. They're at home.
They're both scoring about 6 points more than they're giving up. They're both good football teams right now, and this one's knocking the hell out of the guys that they're playing. You hope that they can do that against a Mahomes-led team, which we know how hard that is. He's the hardest guy to knock out, it seems, in the National Football League. But hell yeah, the defense is playing.
Look, the indicators that always tell you whether you have a great chance are so true in this one, though, right? 13 turnovers forced. They've only turned it over 1 time in 4 weeks. Got to get off the field on 3rd down. They're better at 3rd down. They're almost perfect on 4th down. They score on 54% of their offensive possessions, 3rd best in the league, right? So you got to find a way to disrupt, man. But hey, you know what? You can't ask for more than this opportunity.
The fact that this team has been opportunistic, in the right place at the right time, and making something happen. It's like you go back last year, Tyson Campbell was all over guys, but guys were still scoring or beating him. Now there are more guys making more plays against those offensive stars, which is great.
And aren't you the fancy guy whose team has already won their wild card?
I love it. And look, JJ, we're talking about the Dodgers over Cincinnati. JJ said, look, the Reds, you'll dispatch them easy, but nothing's easy with that bullpen. So anyway, I was happy, but you guys are back in it. Yeah, win last night was big.
See.
What happened to the shirt?
Yeah.
Remember last week's shirt?
This shirt?
Oh, it was. Well, hey, listen, it did not help the United States.
Right, it did not. It was a Ryder Cup-based shirt.
Yes.
It was quite a shirt. I'm just curious. Did it get retired? Did it get burned?
No, I'm going to bring it back, but it did not help the United States. Okay.
What are you going to bring it back for, though? Like some kind of reverse curse
Obviously
situation?
the 4th of July at some point.
Hey, it's so funny because, we don't play golf in America. Apparently, I had no idea. We have no experience.
We don't play team golf.
Yeah, we do not know. We do not know how to play it.
It's unsettling. I may have my favorite sporting event may have been ruined for all time for me.
You might be right.
Yeah, I really. There's no way we're winning in Europe in 2 years.
No,
am I going to really wait 4 more years with bated breath for another great disappointment?
Not now.
I don't know
and the
if I
amount of money that people spend and everything they put into that week, man.
All right, Joe C., have a
All
great
right,
show
fellas.
coming up today. Plenty of pro and college football talk, I'm sure. Maybe a little baseball mixed in. Johnny, what are you writing about over at Jaguars.com?
I will have Travis Etienne on the Ozone podcast. I'm supposed to talk to him today. I'm looking forward to it. I love talking to Travis.
All right.
Great kid and he's true
excellent.
professional.
Having a hell of a year at exactly the right time. Jags need it. Contract year.
He needs it.
Hey, no problem. No problem.
And good for him. If you've had a chance to meet him around town, just a great guy.
All right, have a nice Sunday off. I'll see you
forward to
Monday.
it. I'll talk to you Monday.
Look forward to talking to you then. The senior writer,
I'll see you at the
John
new building
Ozier.
next week.
That's right. New building. We hope. We hope we all remember.
I am ready.
Honest to goodness. I hope Monday I'm not calling Tony like, can you start the program? I'll be
I am
on.
ready.
I'll join you on the phone. All right. That'll do it for us. For Tony Smith, John Ozier, Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Back with Tommy Mack tomorrow. Still doing Tale of the Tape, but we won't necessarily do Keys to Victory tomorrow with the game not until Monday. But regardless, have a great day, everybody. XL Primetime is next on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
Well, it's really fun to watch. Can't wait to see it next Monday.